In the previous video, we have completed question number 2. Please write exam over here. Whichever sums I am solving with y'all, please write exam over there, so that at least before going to exam, see the questions whatever I have marked important for y'all, and see the RTP, refer the RTP. I'll be taking the RTP when RTP will be released, and I'll make videos on RTP if anything is new, any amendments are made or so. So question number 1, 2, and now question number 3, 4 and 11 will be solved by us. Then after that, question number 4 and 11 is very important. Please mark it now only. Very important. See, right, VVVIMP, and question number 11 VVVIMP. So the question number, we'll be seeing it. Question number 4 is about Mr. Anand is a regular employee of Manipal Limited, and question number 11 is Mr. X retired from the service of Messrs. Y Limited. Okay, so now first let's do with question number 3. First of all, we'll read the question, entire question. From the following detail, find out the salary chargeable to the tax for the assessment year 2016 and 17. They have asked us to only find out the salary chargeable to tax for the assessment year 2016 and 17. Just that's it. Mr. X is a regular employee of Ram & Co. in Gurgaon. He was appointed on 1/1/2015 in the scale of 20,000 with an increment of 1,000 in the next year up to 30,000 increment. How to read it? I hope you all have understood it. Again, I am reading it for you. In the scale of 20,000 per year with an increment of rupees 1,000 in the next year up to 30,000 increment only. He is paid 10% dearrence allowances and bonus equivalent to 1 month pay based on salary of March every year. He is paid 10% of dearrence allowances and bonus equivalent to 1 month pay basis on salary of March every month. See, I have told you they might give bonus of a particular month or a percentage of a basic salary or dearrence allowances. He contributed 15% of his pay and dearrence allowances towards his recognized provident fund, and company contributed the same. Company contributed to the same is allowed up to 12%. About 12% will be taken as an income for Mr. X. I hope you know that. Now, firstly, let us see about the salary, basic salary. How to compute that? He was appointed on what? 1/1/2015. So for 1 year, when will the 1 year end for this Mr. X? The 1 year will end on 31st/12/2015. So, since it is a financial year from 1/4/2015 to 31/12/2015, his salary will be 20,000 into 9 months. That comes to rupees 1,80,000. Memory plus 8. Then there is an increment of 1,000 to his salary for the next year. That means from 1/1/5/2016 to 31/12/2016, his salary will be 21,000. So we are concerned from 1/1/2016 to 31/3/2016. That comes to rupees 21,000 into 3 months comes to 63,000. Memory plus it again. Your salary comes to rupees 2,43,000. I hope you all have understood how to read this scale, because many of the time students don't know how to read the scale. Okay, now let us read the adjustment. The upper part was okay. He is provided free housing facility which have been taken on rent by the company. Since it is a house accommodation, salary will be calculated in this manner: basic salary plus bonus plus turnover commission plus normal commission plus allowances plus bonus plus ex gratuita. That's it. Salary is calculated for house accommodation. I have given you all, so I'll be showing you when we'll be solving the sum from the theory book. Facility of laptop costing rupees 50,000. We just need to ignore it. Just write the theory related to it. Write note over here. We need to write note. That's why write note. Company reimbursed the medical treatment bill of his brother of rupees 25,000 who is dependent on him. Brother who is dependent on him, 25,000. But excess see, I have taught you medical facilities also. In medical facilities, what I told you, if the treatment is done in the hospital, that is government hospital, recognized hospital or owned hospital by the employer, then it is completely exempt. But other than that, 15,000 only is exempt. Above that, that will be taxable. That means above 15,000, that is 10,000, will be taxable. That will be seen in the calculation of computation of the total income. Just now let us read it properly. First, let us analyze it. A gift voucher of rupees 10,000 on the occasion of his marriage anniversary was given to the employee. So above 5,000 will be entirely taxable, but there is an alternative view. Above 5,000 will be also taxable, or above 5,000 aggregate will be taxable. You can do any of the thing that is given in the notes. You can refer that. I've already said to you all, so there is no mistake. A practice manual is not wrong. Conveyance allowances of rupees 1,000 per month is given by the company toward actual reimbursement. 1,600 per month is given as exemption. So this entire amount will be exempted, but you just need to show in the calculation. You don't need to skip it from the computation of the total income. Put it in the computation of the total salary, and after that exemption, and then you write outer column nil. His provided personal accident policy for which premium of rupees 5,000 is paid by the company. It is paid by the company. It is also allowed as exemption. Since it is related to the medical insurance, it is allowed. Life insurance is not allowed, provided it is provided for personal accident policy. Okay, I am sorry, it was not visible. He is given telephone allowances. He is given telephone allowances of 5,000 per month. Telephone allowances which are exempt or which are completely exempt or partially exempt. I have given you all the list. There was no telephone allowances, so telephone allowances into 12, that comes to rupees 6,000, will be taxable. And then finally, let's move on to the last part of adjustment. Company paid medical insurance premium of his family rupees 10,000. This will be not allowed. Medical insurance premium, wait, I'll show you. This will be also allowed as exemption. Wait, where it is, medical allowances, so that you get a proper grip in your books also. Where did I wrote medical allowances? See, medical, I told you now, medical insurance premium paid by the employer is fully exempt. Wait, this is quite zoomed in. No, now it is proper. Medical insurance premium paid by the employer is fully exempt. This is medical insurance for the family is also exempt, and this accident policy is also exempt because it is also related to medical. Now see, basic salary you should write, not basic pay. 20,000 into 9 comes to 1,80,000 plus 21,000 into 3 comes to 63,000. Therefore, outer column 2,43,000 that we have already calculated. Bonus, sorry, DRNs alone 10% of basic pay, that is 24,300. Bonus is equal to what they have given in the question. Bonus equivalent to 1 month pay basis on salary of March every year. Salary of March is 31,000. Not 31,000, 21,000. Since I have given you the procedure, I hope you all have understood how to calculate, how to read this scale. From that scale, the salary of March is 21,000. Employer's contribution to recognized provident fund in excess of 12%. 15% minus 12% is equal to 3% of 2,67,300. How 2,67,300 we'll see. He contributed 15% of the basic pay and DRN's allowances. Basic pay is rupees 2,43,000 plus, and DRN's allowances, DRN's allowances plus 10%, that comes to rupees 2,67,300. That comes to rupees 2,67,300, and 3% we get this. Okay, telephone allowances 500 into 12 comes to rupees 6,000. Okay, rent-free accommodation will be calculated at the end. They have calculated in the middle, you should calculate it in the end. Medical reimbursement 10,000. It is already given here, it is explained over here, so there is no need of explaining. Reimbursement of the salary of a housekeeper. I skipped some part, I guess. Housekeeper salary. $12,000, where it is? Wait. Monthly salary of rupees 1,000 of a housekeeper is reimbursed by the company. So it is a taxable perquisite. 12,000 will be added in the income of the salary. Gift voucher 10,000. See, note is given here. In the note, what it is given, note 6. See, the value of any gift or voucher or token in lieu of gift received by the employee or by the member of a household below rupees 5,000 in aggregate during the previous year is exempt. In this case, the gift voucher was received on the occasion of the marriage anniversary and the sum exceeded the limit of rupees 5,000. Therefore, the entire amount of 10,000 is liable to tax as perquisite. An alternative view possible is that only the sum in excess of rupees 5,000 is taxed in the view on the language of the circular number 15/2001 dated 12/12/2001, that such gift up to rupees 5,000 in the aggregate per annum would be exempt, beyond which it would be taxable as a perquisite. As per the view, the value of the perquisite would be 5,000. So alternatively, you can take 5,000. Premium on rupees 5,000 paid by the company for personal accident policy is not liable to tax. See, I told you. Now we'll calculate rent-free accommodation since it is unfurnished. We'll take basic salary. I'll mark over here. We'll take basic salary, dearance allowances. We'll take bonus. We'll take telephone allowances. Then what we'll take? This much only we'll be taking. So 2,43,000 plus 2,24,300 plus 21,000 plus telephone allowances comes to rupees 6,000. That comes to total 2,94,300, as you can see over here the calculation, into 15%, that comes to rupees 44,145. or amount received. What amount received means? Amount paid, hiring charges paid by the, not amount received, hiring charges paid by the employer. Hiring charges paid by the employer is 10,000 per month into 12, that comes to rupees 1,20,000. 12 months, 10,000 into 12 is equal to 1,20,000 or 44,145, whichever is lower will be taken as the taxable value of perquisite. So taxable value of perquisite is 44,145, and finally salary income chargeable to tax is 3,78,464. I hope this is quite clear.